I am not prepared at all for this video, but it's okay. Okay, I apologize if this video is all over the place. Mentally, I'm still at the Taylor Swift concert because yes, I was at MetLife Stadium, night one of the Eras Tour, where I got to hear both of my top surprise songs. I got Getaway Car with Jack Antonoff and Maroon. She premiered her music video. She brought out Ice Spice. I'll Never Recover. How did I end up at my perfect Taylor Swift concert? I mean, the power of manifestation. But anyways, I have been all over the place since last week, okay? So bear with me, people. I actually got one single friendship bracelet at the Taylor Swift concert from my cousin's friend, and it's a Speak Now one because I wanted Speak Now. That's my favorite Taylor album, and it's so cute. I love it. So enough with the Taylor Swift chat. I am here with my June TBR video. Now listen, I am so excited for June. I am feeling so ready going into this month from May because June is actually my birthday month. I am a Gemini. My birthday is June 17th, and so much is happening in the month of June. Like, we have my birthday. I'm going to a Tessa Bailey book event in early June. I'm going to Book Bonanza at the end of June. Again, I have my birthday. I'm doing something fun for that. I'm getting another tattoo at the end of the month. So like June, I feel like I'm trying to just take in all of the really happy Gemini energy that I can, okay? This is my favorite month, and I want to have a really good reading month because I'm not kidding you, I was so overwhelmed in May with the stress of trying to get to the Taylor Swift concert. And I'm not kidding you. If you follow me on Instagram, you know my journey, that I really had a slower reading month in May. And again, I feel all over the place, but I'm ready to just get back into it, have a plan, and hopefully read, more in June. I also didn't even know where to start with building this TBR, so I'm definitely gonna have crossover into last month. I'm gonna tell you books that I have on hold, well, audiobooks that I have on hold with the library that I have to get to, and then really a couple new June releases. One thing about me is I don't know when books come out. I absolutely do not know when books come out. But I'm really excited for June. I think, again, it's going to be a really fun reading month. I have a lot of exciting things planned. So let's just get right on in to the June TBR. Should we start with the books that I own physically? Guess what? Just because I own these books physically, I actually don't think I'm actually not going to read a single one of these physically because I have all the audiobooks. So first up, I was very excited to see that this audiobook is now available on the app Scribd, which is, an audiobook app. Well, they have like ebooks and stuff, but it's an app that I pay for. It's not like through the library or anything. But they had the audiobook for The Frat Boy by Nikki Sloan. I've heard nothing but great things about The Frat Boy. I am all caught up with the Nashville Neighborhood series, except, for this one, which is the newest release. And then Nikki has another book called The Good Girl coming out down the road in this Nashville Neighborhood series. All of the books are standalones. And I really love the setup for this book because it has to do with people who were rivals in college. And then I think what happens is they get kicked out of their frat and fraternity for whatever reason. Like, there's an incident, and then they have to end up like staying together, and then they also end up doing like an adult film together. I love books where the main characters do anything, like a job that is like in the adult industry, like, whether it be, at a strip club, like a dancer, anything like that, like anything, related to that. I really do eat it up. So I am very, very excited for this. I've heard this is fantastic. I actually haven't heard a single bad thing about this book. So my favorite so far in this Nashville Neighborhood series is The Pool Boy. So we will see if this tops that. But I was really excited to see that I can listen to this on audio. Then another book that I was so excited to see that Hoopla had the audiobook, because the audiobook just came out in May. And I'm so, so, so excited for this book. We have Next of Kin by Hannah Hannah Bonham Young. Hannah Bonham Young. I am so ready for this. This is the original out of print cover, by the way. But the new covers are adorable as well. Okay, yeah. So reading the back of this book, it seems like the girl becomes a legal guardian to a relative. So I don't know how the guy comes into play, but I love books, that have to do with, single parents, legal guardians. I love when there's a kid involved, okay? I really love that dynamic and like the found family of it. So I've heard this is really, really good. I'm really excited to get into Hannah's writing. I really think I'm going to enjoy her work, her new book that's coming out, I think probably in June or July. Everyone is like raving about. So I'm very, very excited for this. I'm going to give this a 5-star prediction. I do think I'm really, really going to enjoy this book. It's funny, as I film this video, I actually got this audiobook off of hold from the library, but then I extended the delivery date for like 2 weeks because I was just not ready to listen to this audiobook right now. But I'm finally going to get into Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I loved Part of Your World by Abby so much. One of my favorite books that I read so far this year. This is the follow-up to that. Follows a different character who is in Part of Your World. I mean, all of Abby's books are technically connected and take place in the same world, but this one again is like a direct follow-up to Part of Your World. Follows the character who is in that. And again, I love Part of Your World. So good, and I've heard nothing but good things about this one. I know that this has to do with, I think she writes letters to the guy who donated a kidney to her brother, maybe? I don't know, or unless it's the kidney for her. I don't know. It definitely has to do with like organ donation and then writing letters to each other. And Part of Your World was a wonderful audiobook. Also heard this is a wonderful audiobook. I think Zachary Weber does both of them, and he is just so good on these Abby Jimenez audiobooks. So very, very, very ready for this. Or am I ready? Am I ready to cry? I think that's why I pushed off the delivery date. I was like, no, the library, you can save it. You can give it to me in a few weeks. Then for another audiobook that I checked out with Hoopla, because they are all available on Hoopla, which is so wonderful. I listened to the first book in this series on Hoopla, and that is the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. This book is Collided, book 2. Again, own them physically, but I really enjoyed Throttled on audio, so I'm excited to continue on. This book, I think follows, is his name Liam? It is Liam. And I think this is the girl in this one, Sophie. Was she in Throttled? Was she the friend in Throttled? I can't really remember. But this is book 2 in Lauren Asher's Dirty Air series. I love Lauren Asher, and every single book I've read by her, I've enjoyed. So I have no doubt I'm going to enjoy this as well. 2 books that were on my May TBR, but I 100% want to get to in June. First up, have the physical copy, but I will be listening to it on audio. A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. Mentioned this in my May TBR. This is her new, it's not new, sorry. This is another series by Sierra, follows people who are connected. Again, I still haven't figured out if like this first book is maybe MMF, but then the other books in the series follow different characters and have different relationship dynamics. Like, I think it follows a whole group of people who are connected, and I think they all went to the same, like, Catholic school or, something like that. I'm still not sure about the plot of this book. I am really excited to go into it blind. I know in typical Sierra fashion, it's very spicy, but there's also a lot of darkness in here as well. Like some, dark elements. I feel like there's probably like certain kinds of abuse in this series. As an FYI, I would check your triggers. But I'm very excited to get to this, okay? I'm really sad that I couldn't get to it in May, but June, I swear, I really need to read it. And again, I love the cover of this book so much. It's so fucking sick. Finally, the last book that I own a physical copy of, but I actually have it on my Kindle, so I will definitely be reading it on my Kindle. That is Rewrite Our Story by Kat Singleton. She sent me a beautiful PR box for this release. This is a small town. I believe he's like a cowboy, but it is like more of a second chance, emotional romance. Brother's best friend. I know there's good spice in here as well. Is it brother's best friend or best friend's brother? I think it's actually best friend's brother. Even though it is spicy, small town, cowboy vibes, give it to me. I do know this is also a little bit more on the emotional side. And again, I was just like not in the mood to cry. I normally don't consider myself to be a big mood reader, but I feel like now as time has gone on, I have become more of a mood reader, and I just wasn't in the mood to cry. but I do want to support Kat. She's so sweet. Again, I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I feel like I know without a doubt I'm going to enjoy it, so I definitely want to get to it in June. So tell me how. I'm literally going into my Hoopla app to see what books I forgot, and oh yes, I am really excited about this next book because if you watched my Kindle Unlimited TBR video, I put this book in there, and then now it has an audiobook that's out, and I could check out the audiobook on Hoopla, which I love when that happens, and that is Titan by Gillian Graves. So this is going to be my first Gillian Graves monster romance, and I'm so excited. As you can see, he's a gargoyle, and all I know about this book is he is a gargoyle daddy dom. So give it to me. Oh, I am very ready for this. This book was a little bit on the longer side, so I'm really happy that it has an audiobook. And yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm very, very, very excited for this as well. Also, totally just realized while I'm sitting here, I did also check out the audiobook for Wrecked as well. It's in my Hoopla. So again, this is book 3 in Lauren Asher's Dirty Air series. This book follows Elena and Jax. Don't know anything about this book, but I do think Jax deals with addiction. I do know that like addiction and anxiety are common themes in the Dirty Air series. So if that is triggering for you, you may want to check your trigger warnings. I know on Lauren's website you can see the trigger warnings for her books that have them. So again, the Dirty Air era is just going to keep going. I actually have the first 2 books checked out on audio. And again, very excited to, you know, get back into my Formula One era. Still couldn't tell you anything about Formula One racing, but you know, it's fun to read about. The final audiobook that I'm seeing in my Hoopla is Long Hard Ride by Lorelei James. Now, this series, I can't remember the name of it, but this series by Lorelei is now actually available in Kindle Unlimited. And this one has me excited because this is a why choose cowboy romance. Now, the first book that I actually read from Lorelei called Corralled was actually a like menage a trois, but the thing is it was the 3 of them, but in the end she ended up picking one person. So it wasn't a true why choose. It was more of like a sharing is caring for a bit, and then she ended up with one guy. But this, according to the description, is a why choose. So if it's one girl, multiple men, and she gets to stay with all of them, I am so excited because that's what I wanted out of Corralled. And if this is, you know, just a why, like if this is a true cowboy why choose, I'm literally gonna be, I'm so excited. But I have a feeling I'm just gonna think it's like a fun, spicy cowboy time. So I'm very ready for this. I was born ready. My body is ready. I actually received this audiobook technically as an audiobook arc. I wasn't like, you know, I didn't sign up to like read it and review it by a certain amount of time, but I did receive the arc for Love Me, what's it called? Love Me Tomorrow? No, Love Me Today? Oh no. Love Me Today by A.L. Jackson. So I do have this audiobook on deck. I'm really excited to get to this because this is another small town romance. I know there is suspense in here as well, and he's also a single dad, but I hear he's like a morally gray single dad. And A.L. Jackson has just been really nice in these, you know, couple times that I've communicated with her, and I've heard nothing but good things about this book as well. This book literally comes out, I actually think it came out yesterday. I'm filming this video on the 30th. This book came out on the 29th. This is a very high priority audiobook for me to get to as soon as I can. I do think this is something that I'm really going to enjoy. And you know, off the top of my head, the only June release that I can think of that I'm really, really excited for is Keep Her Safe by QB Tyler. This is her new age gap bodyguard romance. Ooh, I am so excited. And one of the reasons why this book is really like on top of my mind is because it comes out like 2 days before my birthday. So that was really nice of QB, you know, to decide to release a book as, you know, a birthday present for me, especially because it's bodyguard trope, which I love. QB literally said she was inspired by the movie The Bodyguard, you know, with Whitney Houston. So that's where we got this book inspo from. Definitely going to be really spicy, a nice age gap, a really protective, you know, man. So this is just going to be perfect. I've loved every single QB Tyler book that I've read. So I think this So I think this is going to be great. All right, so that is everything that I can think of for my June TBR. Hopefully there are other books, you know, that I can sneak in on there as well. I am just really ready for June. Like I said, it is one of my favorite months. I think it's going to be a really good month just in general. I feel like I said it in the intro, but I'm going to Book Bonanza. I'm so excited to see so many of my friends and favorite authors like in real life, like in person at Book Bonanza. I'm really ready. I am very, very, very excited. What books are you excited for to read in June? I would love to know if you've read any of these books and you think I will like them. Also, let me know. And as always, all of my social medias are linked down below. You can follow my TikTok, Instagram, Goodreads to keep up with what I'm reading in the moment. And yeah, also, if you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the works. It means the world to me. And that is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!